1, 2, 3 start now.
1, 2, 3 start.
One eternity later.
मी असं ठरवलं होतं डोक्यात जेव्हा काहीच नव्हतं आपल्याकडे की मी मायक्रोसॉफ्ट मध्ये सिलेक्ट झालीये असं नको सॉरी परत करू आन्सर खरं थँक्यू यश बोललेच नाही मी हा थँक्यू यश
Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's grow together. So in this video we have with us Suhasini Chaudhary. She has cracked an off-campus internship at Google and she has also received a pre-placement offer at Google. So Suhasini, congratulations on your achievement.
थँक्यू यश
अपने बारे में कुछ बताइए so our audience would know about you as well.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Suhasini. I'm currently a final year computer engineering student at VIT Pune. And before engineering, I've completed diploma in computer engineering from GPP, which is Government Polytechnic Pune. And last summer, I was a software engineering intern at Google. And after my internship, I've received a PPO. So I'll be joining Google as a full-time software engineer this year after the completion of my degree. So yeah.
Great. Now, since you said that you have done your diploma at Government Polytechnic Pune, right?
Yeah, we were in the same college, right?
Yeah. Yes. So, what was your experience during your diploma? What things did you learn and which helped you to get where you are today?
Yeah, so I was introduced to all the computer engineering fundamentals during diploma only. So I studied about all the languages like Java, C++, then different tech stacks, development. I studied, all the core subjects that we have like operating systems, computer networks, then DBMS. So yeah, we were introduced to all of these. And during diploma, I had also done an internship. So, and I had also built projects. So it was like hands-on experience as well we got during diploma. So it made me comfortable with all these technical things of computer engineering. And yeah, a diploma has really helped me become, technically sound. So yeah, diploma was of great help in my journey.
Great. And guys, just to let you know, she was one of the most studious people that we had in our group.
No, not more than you.
No. Jokes apart. Now, talking about your preparation journey. After you did diploma, you got admitted into VIT Pune, right?
Yeah.
And then you cracked an off-campus internship at Google in your third year. So how did you prepare for it? What was your preparation journey and what was the procedure of Google for hiring interns as well? Just take us through entire journey that you had.
So when I got into engineering, uh, since I already had this base because of diploma, so I just had to build on top of it. So the transition was fairly simple. So during engineering, I started practicing more intentionally for the placements for the companies and for the interviews. So when I got into engineering, I started networking with people, communicating, connecting with seniors, and I got to know that if you want to crack good companies like Mang or Fang, you need to be good at DSA. So I started practicing DSA. So you guys can refer to Striver's A to Z sheet. Even I had done that too. And then you can practice on these platforms like LeetCode, CodeChef, GFG, Coding Ninjas, all of these. So, and now when I say you can refer to the sheets, I mean you can refer to it. Now, even I have not solved every single question from the sheets. The sheets, you can only refer to them. Like, what I mean is, just it is the sheets are for you to understand what kinds of patterns are there, what other different types of questions that could be asked. So, just for you to understand those things, you can refer to those sheets. And then, after understanding a particular concept, you can go to these platforms and you can randomly solve questions. So, start with easy questions, then move to medium level questions, and then hard level questions. So, this is how you can practice DSA. And then, yeah, development, you need to have a couple of good projects on your resume. So, for development, there are multiple platforms like free resources online available. You can also refer the documentations. which are available online, official documentations, or you can refer to the playlists or resources which are available on YouTube. And for example, for web dev vagera, there are many resources available, right? And for ML, there is Andrew Ng's course. And straight away get into developing the projects, so it will give you, clear understanding of development. So yeah, this was about DSA and development. The My major focus was on DSA only because I had heard this, right? I knew this because if you have to crack good companies, you need to be really good at DSA. So yeah, this is how
Great,
you
great,
get
great.
to do.
Yeah. So now you told about the preparation strategy that you used. Now tell us about the hiring process that you went through for getting internship at Google.
Yeah, so uh, at the start of my third year only, there were many openings, coming up. So I was applying to every other opening that was coming my way. So now many people ask, from where do we get notified about the openings? So stay active on LinkedIn. There are many people who keep on, posting about these openings. You can follow Arsh Goel, Krishan Kumar, then Sarang Kulkarni. So they keep on posting about the opportunities. Also, what you can do is you can create your account on their career portals, so you'll get notified about the openings or the opportunities which are available in that particular company. So this is how you can get notified. So yeah, I had applied without a referral. You can apply with a referral or without a referral. So for asking a referral, what you can do is you can frame a message, a common message for everyone, saying, "Hi, this is my name," a short introduction of yours, and you can attach your resume to it, and cold message people on LinkedIn. So and ask them for a referral. So if you ask 10 people, one or two will reply. So yeah, this is how you can do it. You can ask for a referral and you can apply via referral. So yeah, then I had applied. I had applied without a referral, but yeah, because what happened is a lot of times what happens, you keep on waiting for a referral and then the application closes. So I did not want this to happen because I was already little late, I think, for applying. So yeah, I applied straight away. And then after a couple of months, I received an email from my recruiter saying that my resume has been shortlisted. And I'm so smart that I missed the email. So if you guys are applying, keep an eye on your inbox as well. So yeah, then my recruiter called me and she said that my resume has been shortlisted and I have a phone screening round, which is the next round. So now for resume shortlisting, this is the first step, right? So it is a very important step as well. It is your entry point for the next procedure. So for resume, I would say keep it very simple and to the point. You can follow LaTeX format. It is ATS friendly, and align your resume to the job description of the company, and add appropriate keywords in your resume. So it will help get it shortlisted. So this is what you can do for your resume while applying. And yeah, uh, so now this phone screening round was a casual discussion between me and my recruiter, which revolved around my projects, my internship experience, then my experience with DSA and development, and yeah, all of these things, my projects. So it was a casual discussion. So this was a simple round, but like there are people uh, who were rejected in this round. So yeah, for this one, you needed to be honest, and you need to have good communication skills for you to be able to express your thoughts appropriately, correctly. So yeah, after the phone screening round, I was told that I've cleared this one and I have a technical interview. So these technical interviews were completely DSA based. There was no core subjects questions asked. So only DSA questions were asked. No core subjects, nothing. No questions related to projects were asked. So yeah, in the first round, so we started with a short introduction of mine and his. The interviewer's introduction, and then he straight away told me the first question, which was a backtracking question, and I gave him my approach. I coded it, and then he asked me some follow up questions, and then we discussed about the time complexity and the space complexity. And yeah, then the second question was a little of medium hard level, and it was a DP question. So I gave him multiple approaches. We discussed different approaches. I coded it. We discussed the time and space complexities, and yeah, this was it. So, like the question, in case of Google, it's like for the first round at least, the questions are a little tricky. So if you get it, that where is the twist, then it, even if it is like, even if it feels like it is little medium hard at first, it boils down to a medium level question. And yeah, then about the second round, so this one was, uh, in this round I was asked only one question. It was a hard level question based on heaps. So yeah, it was a very long question he pasted, and I was scared at first. I was like, such a long question, but then I tried to build up the approach using pen and paper. And yeah, I wrote the code, I gave him the solution, then he asked me follow up questions, then we discussed time complexity and space complexity. And yeah, this round went pretty well as well. So this was about the interviews. Now, if you guys have any interviews to give, I would say you can give mock interviews before your actual interviews. Uh, and also, I would say don't get intimidated by the interviewer, because they are there to help you. Even if you get stuck at some point, they'll give you hints. So yeah, don't get intimidated. Uh, Treat it like a friendly discussion, because if you get intimidated, even if you know the solution, you will mess up. So yeah, so this was about the interviews, and then after a couple of days I received a call saying that I have been selected for the internship.
Great, great, great. Congratulations on that achievement.
Thank you. Thank
Now,
you.
there is one common question that people have, that we have solved a lot of DSA questions, and when same question is encountered by us, then we are able to solve it because we have solved it already. But even if a similar question of that particular type is asked to us, then we are not able to solve it. What would be your answer to them for treating this problem?
So what students do is, when they are solving a question, they think of the solution as the solution of that particular problem only. So don't do that. Try to identify the pattern of the question, try to understand its type, and then fit the solution to that question. Like, identify patterns. Don't think like, okay, this is the question and this is the solution of this particular question. Try to identify the pattern and try to see what kind of solutions are written for which kind of patterns. So next time if you get a similar kind of questions, then you will remember that, okay, I have solved this kind of question earlier, and it was the previous question which I have solved is similar to this one. So then you will not even have to think, automatically you will get uh, the approach, the better brute one, then the better one, and then the most optimized one. So what am saying is, focus on the patterns and the type of the questions. Don't focus on the question itself and the solution, like, particularly. So yeah, focus on the patterns.
Great, great, great. Now, the next thing that I would like to ask you is your Google internship experience. How is the work culture of Google? How are the people and everything associated with it?
Yeah, so as Google interns, we get an opportunity to work on these Google platforms like GPay or Google Maps or YouTube, Gemini AI, all of these, Google Docs. So, yeah, I was a part of Google Cloud, GCP. Specifically, I was a part of GCP billing and finance team. So yeah, uh, the work culture is really nice. People are very, they're very humble, they're very smart, and they're very helpful. Uh, so yeah, the entire culture is very, cheerful. People are really cool. I remember me and my teammates, my co-interns, we used to, have a lot of fun. Used to crack jokes and used to keep on laughing. So it's the culture is really nice. And Google Food, I don't know if it's a part of the culture. It is, right? And
Yes,
it
yes,
needs
it is.
it deserves a mention. It is a motivating factor as well. So yeah, it's the culture is very cheerful.
Great, great, great. Now, you told about what people should follow, and you have given a lot of tips as well. But what are the common mistakes that they should avoid while preparing for any company? Not only Google, but any placement journey may have some things that they should avoid, right? So, what are a few things that you would tell our audience that they should avoid while preparing for a particular company?
Okay, so I would say students, while applying for any opening, what they do is they have the same resume and they keep on applying that resume for all the companies. So align your resume to the job description, otherwise, your resume won't be shortlisted. Like I have a different resume for every company I have applied to. So, tailor it accordingly. Uh, so, this is what you can do, it will help you get shortlisted. Other thing is, while practicing DSA, what we usually tend to do is we think that I'll get, very, very good at arrays, for example, and then only we will move forward. So don't do that. You'll get stuck at arrays for months and months. That happened with me as well. But that's what I'm saying, that this was a mistake that I made. You don't have to make it. So you don't have to get, 100% good at a topic to move forward. Solve some questions, get an idea of the topic, and move forward. Again, if you have moved to the next topic, strings, solve some questions and move ahead. Like, go fast. Don't get stuck at one particular topic. You won't be able to cover the entire thing. So, yeah, this is, you guys can remember.
Great, great. So, in terms of DSA, along with the depth of the knowledge, you should also consider the breadth of the knowledge, right? Too much depth
Yeah,
is also unnecessary if you don't have breadth, right?
yeah,
Correct.
yeah. But like, you also need to have depth. If companies require depth, they if you have really good depth of a particular topic, only then you will be able to solve those questions. So depth is also required, and breadth is also required, but uh, don't keep on going to the very depth at the start only. Like, cover all the topics and then again come back until you get a proper understanding of all the topics. So yeah. So
Got it, got it.
for example, if a company visits your campus a little earlier, and if they ask very easy level linked list question, then it won't be like you're very, very good at arrays but you don't know anything about linked list. That won't be the case. So that's all.
Correct, correct. So now give us the final piece of advice that helped you throughout your journey or you would like to give to all the people who are watching this video.
Okay, so like I would like to say that don't self reject, because this is very important. Like, you'll feel like you're not prepared enough, but still go forward and apply. Because in the worst case scenario, what will happen? You'll get rejected, right? But you'll have an experience. And if you don't apply, then, like, you won't get selected only. There is no other case. But if you apply, then you might get selected. Like, uh, you might get some time to prepare and stuff like that. So yeah, don't self reject. Go forward and apply. Have this confidence, and also manifest things. Like, what I used to do is, even before I had any selection or any offer, I had manifested this, that I have received an offer from Microsoft. So you can manifest, so that if you manifest, what happens is you will intentionally or unintentionally, you will take steps in that direction, so that you'll achieve your goal. So manifest things, it will help you reach your goal. You'll take steps in that direction. And one thing, be aware of whatever is happening around you. Be aware of, keep an eye on what all openings are there, what all opportunities are there. Stay active on LinkedIn, or stay active otherwise as well in your college, or whatever. And also, if a company is visiting your campus, like, get this information which all companies will visit after this particular company, so that you will know which are the next companies which will be visiting your campus, so that you can take calculated risks as well. So yeah, be aware. Don't just, companies are keeping on visiting your campus and you are applying to every other company, giving tests for all the companies. Like, don't do that. Plan properly, strategically. So yeah, and keep practicing DSA. Keep applying. So yeah.
Great, great. So, at last, I would like to say that you have achieved the dream of almost every engineer that applies for engineering, because Google is dream company of each and every engineer actually, to be very honest, right? So it was
Yeah.
great interacting with you. Even I learned a lot of things. I got a lot of insights, and I hope audience would love this video as well. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Yash. It was great interacting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.